Yeah, that's the one. Hi, welcome back to Gab and Gabs. Yet again, it's been a bit of time. Can I keep saying Am I gonna keep saying Yeah, because I feel awkward in filming. I haven't done it in a while. I feel like I said this in the last video, but time just escapes, and obviously we're all kind of going through something at the moment. So on top of that, there's also other things going on. But we are doing this now and we're filming. I meant to film this such a long time ago, and just like my fall book haul that was super late, this is my winter book haul, which is super late because now it's springtime. So it's casual, it's fine. It's whatever, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But a quick update. Spoiler alert, this is just a kind of a small rant about why I'm sad about Booktube not making friends. One of my goals when I started this Booktube channel was I wanted to meet friends and talk about books. And I actually thought I was going to be able to do that via online and find Booktube friends. I found that that wasn't necessarily the case for me. I definitely have met some really nice people via Booktube, and they're really friendly with me, and I chat with them and they're very supportive. But I haven't found, and also, first of all, it could be my fault because it seems the only way I know how to do that is through book Twitter, and book Twitter I'm finding is
it's a lot
and can be very intimidating, and I feel like unless, at least my experience, unless you kind of have bigger numbers or like someone kind of shouts you out or knows you, like no one will make the effort to like say hello. And I've tried DMing, and it kind of seems weird because if you DM someone it makes it look like you're like, hey, like talk to me. I don't know. It's just like a weird thing. So making friends on Booktube has been kind of difficult for me. But on the weird side, which I did not think was going to happen, in my real life, I actually started a book club with people that I know in my personal life, which, turn of events, I didn't think that was going to happen. The whole point of me doing Booktube was so that I could make friends, I guess, virtually and talk about that and kind of keep that separately from like the people that I know in my real life. But kind of happened the opposite where, you know, and that's okay. I'm actually really happy. So that, I guess, also contributed why I haven't really been back on Booktube. I just kind of feel a little bit of a disconnect from the community. And then I was able to kind of do what I wanted to do with this platform, but in my real life. Which is unfortunate because I really do want to be a part of Booktube, and I've tried and I have made the efforts, and I just feel a little disheartened. Part of it's my fault because I kind of go MIA, but that's because I feel not encouraged. But I'm not saying everyone is like this, and there are people out there who I enjoy and love watching. You know, there's people on the platform, I want to say, that are the sweetest and nicest, and I'm not saying anything bad about anyone, but you know, it's hard. So if anyone has any good tips about like joining in, let me know. But yeah, let's kind of get started. So this is my winter book haul. During the winter time, I kind of went on a book buying frenzy. Did I read more in winter? No, but like that's due to a book, and I have a whole video dedicated to the worst book I've read, and it was the first book I read this year. That should have told me how the rest of the year was gonna go, reading that one book, but like that's gonna be a thing. But yeah, my fall book haul was just meh, but the winter one, for me at least, is a lot more. It's not a lot. So anyway, so why? Okay, sure, Gabby, you're a wizard. You're a wizard, Gabby. Even that was terrible. I'm gonna have so much fun editing this. I'm gonna hate myself. So my book club does not have a name, still deciding, but the premise of my in real life book club is we are reading adaptations. So books that have been made into books. Mind blowing. No, books that have been made into TVs or movies are going to be made into TV or movies. I really like film. I think I've talked about this a lot. So it was a good way to combine both. But for March, our book club pick was Looking for Alaska by John Green. I've never read it. I've only read, obviously, The Fault in Our Stars, and I read Turtles All the Way Down. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, which I really did like. That's what I read on my vacation. So I watched the Hulu, was it like the short series or like the limited series? Fell in love with it. I made my best friend watch it. So I was like, wow, I really liked that show. I would be interested in reading the book. We took a vote. This is not me doing a book review, but I thought it was all right. Some people had let me know I may not love it, and I think I feel the same. I like it. I didn't love it. I liked the TV adaptation a lot more. So if you've read the book and you're like, I don't want to check out the series, I would recommend the series. That's all I'll say about it. But I read this one. I bought this used. Also, buy used or buy from small bookstores right now, people. Anyway, that's that. So that was our March book club picks. Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. I picked up in my fall haul, you would have seen, I bought Peter Pan. And I have been wanting to read this version. If you're unaware, this is the story of Tiger Lily from Peter Pan, but it's told through Tinkerbell's perspective. And it's kind of like how Tiger Lily and Peter Pan were kind of a thing before Wendy comes in. I know Books by Chloe hated this book. I think she gave it a 1 star, and I was always curious. I could never find her review, so I don't know if the reasons why. I would really like to know why she didn't like it. I've started reading it, so I haven't finished it. I'm only on chapter 4, but I read the original Peter Pan. I thought it was pretty good. Loved the ending though. Definitely cried at that, but liked Peter Pan. I actually read that so I could prepare for this one. This is my current read during the quarantine. So yeah, it's just the story. So far it's all right. I'm a little confused, to be honest. And this is a YA teen book. I'm a little confused of the setup. Tiger Lily is 15 forever, but I don't know. It's a little confusing, and maybe I'll do a review on it later, but so far it's all right. I'm having a hard time kind of understanding what's going on. Practical Magic by Alice Hoffman. I would say the end of 2019, I was having a big practical magic. I was having a really big practical magic moment. My boyfriend bought me the DVD for Christmas because I didn't have my own copy. I was just obsessed with the story. Sometimes I just get obsessed with it, and I know that, I think it's called Before the Magic. That's the prequel book to this. This is on Reese Witherspoon's book club list. I don't know. And it's going to be made into an HBO series, and that's about the aunts that raised the 2 girls in here. So I wanted to actually read the physical book of this, and I had the hardest time finding a thrifted copy of this, even though it's a lot older. So I found it at Barnes. It was the last copy, and I was like, it is mine, and it shall be mine. And if you don't know what this is about 2 sisters who are witches, and they grow up in a small town with their aunts in this witchy home, and everyone knows they're witches. One sister is a wild child, and one is kind of more I don't want to be a witch, I just want to be normal. They both grow up, they go their own separate places, but the wild child girl kind of gets in a bit of trouble and needs her sister to kind of help her out of a jam, and then they're kind of reconnected and kind of have to face their witchiness. So if you've ever seen the Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock adaptation movie, pure 90s, pure fun. I've always loved that version, so this is just where it came from, the source material. I'm really looking forward to this. I've been trying to get my book club to read it, but they've been voting on other picks, but just fine. But do I be a dictator and be read this book? I might do that. The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I've actually never read it, but look how beautiful this edition is. I don't think I can really show you that great, but it has a quote, and it's sprayed edges, so it's green, and it has a gold ribbon here for the bookmark. but it's really great. I've actually never, oh, but look, also, it's just beautiful. They have a bunch of different classics, and these were only $10. That's why I was like, who knew? So I had to pick this up. Beautiful edition. If you know the story of Dorian Gray, it's about a man that's beautiful, gets his picture painted, and he stays forever young, but his picture grows old. I think I tried to read this audibly 2 years ago, and I couldn't get into it, so I want to actually read the physical version. And I love classics. I have to be in the mood to read a classic, unfortunately, and I haven't been in that mood. But when I am, this will be the second one because I still want to read Charles Dickens, but this has been on my list to read forever. And it seems like this book, maybe in the last like 4 or 6 months, have really kind of picked up a lot on Booktube. If people are reading classics, they've been going to this book. So this seems to be a popular one, so if you want to jump on the train now, I would. But $10 at Barnes & Noble. My boyfriend was really nice, and he gifted me a book that I've been wanting to own forever. And it's really popular right now on Booktube. The Secret History by Donna Tartt. I can't tell you how happy I was when he gifted this to me. I have been eyeing this book for a solid year, and I just never pick it up. I'm always like, I always have another book that's on my list, and I'm like, I always push this one to the back, but I always want it. If you don't know, it's kind of a dark Ivy League. These kids are in like a literature class, and then someone gets murdered. I don't know. Sounds good to me. She obviously wrote a lot of other books, like The Little Friend. The Goldfinch is the recent one. But this was always the one that intrigued me the most and the one I wanted to start with. But I've always wanted to do it. I'm going to read this. This is long, though. It's a 500 plus page book. And the thing is, normally that wouldn't be like anti. But the book I read 2019 into 2020 was almost 800 pages, and that destroyed me because it was terrible on top of being long. So I've been trying to actually read pretty short books so that I could get myself back into the reading pace and want to read more. So this one is going to be on the back burner, but I am excited to own it, and when I'm in the mood, you already know. You know what it is. I'm going to read her. The last book, Every Day by David Levithan? Every Day. I watched the film. It was on Hulu, and I watched it, and I liked it. I liked the concept of it. It's a YA book. It's about this soul named A who inhabits a different body every single day. One day he inhabits the body of a teenage boy, and he kind of falls for the boy's girlfriend. So when he gets into these different bodies, he tries to contact her every day in these different bodies and convince her that like the soul is the person you liked on that day they went on the date and all that. And it's just about this idea of like connecting to souls versus the body. I liked the movie. I think the ending I don't know if I cared for, but I think overall the concept was interesting and I wanted to read it. I know this is kind of a series of books. I know they have the version from the girl's perspective. I know they have like the sequel as well, but I wanted to read the actual book. I also got this one used. We'll see if I like the actual like book version. I'm not sure when I'm gonna get around to this one, but wanted to have it on my shelf. Sometimes when I read like a classic or I read like a longer book, I usually want to dive into like a YA or something that I'm familiar with the story. It helps me get out of the reading slump that sometimes can happen, which literally happened to me this year. And that's all the books I have. I told you it wasn't going to be a lot, but for me, this is kind of a lot. I don't normally buy a lot of books. There are some books I am going to be buying for the springtime. The April book club pick is High Fidelity by Nick Hornby. Obviously, there's the show on Hulu with Zoe Kravitz. I watched the first episode, but then I wanted to stop before I finished the book. So that's on my list, so I know I'm going to definitely buy that. There's like a few. The sad thing is like I'm in quarantine and like I'm trying to do a lot of different things during this time, but I do love reading, and since I was kind of in a reading slump, I want to get back into kind of reading as much as I possibly can because I know when this all goes over, a lot of things are going to be happening at once. So yeah, but I don't want to buy too many books at the same time because I have a lot of books here that I haven't read and that I need to get through. And if I keep buying it, then I'm going to have the same problem of like, I buy these books and I don't read them. So, and also, you shouldn't be going outside anyway because you should be social distancing. That's a thing. So that's it. Thank you for hearing me rant a little bit about, in the beginning, about making book friends. Look, I'm not sad. I'm not like, oh, be my friend. That's not. It's just to explain kind of why there's a little bit of gap. And reason why I'm not so present on this particular platform. But thank you for, I don't know, listening to me, seeing a couple of the books. Thank you. I hope you guys have a good day and happy reading.